Yo, what's up? Oh, yeah. Today we're talking about how to hold masculine frame in dating and in marriage. Listen, if this is your first time at my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If you're new, please subscribe and hit that notification button because I'm dropping a video every day. All right, let's get into this. How to hold masculine frame in dating and in marriage. I was inspired to do this video based on a conversation I had with a coworker recently. I went to Chicago for a trade show, and I'm glad that I'm able to record these videos now because, man, I lost my voice for 2 weeks. And I was like, damn it, this sucks. I'm like recording these videos for you guys, right? So I go to Chicago for this trade show, and one evening we come back to the hotel bar, having a couple drinks, and I'm speaking with this coworker. And so he's asking me, how do I like living in Atlanta? And we're talking about that. And he's asking about my life. And so I said, look, I was divorced before. Now I'm single for 2 years. And I created this YouTube channel for dating advice for older guys. So we just got having this conversation. And so he tells me that he's been married for 13 years, together with the same woman for 20 years. And they had a bumpy relationship for basically the first 7 years of seeing each other. I'm like, okay, why did you have a bumpy relationship? And he says because sex was a problem, in that he, in terms of holding his frame, he wanted sex on a weekly basis, multiple times a week, and she would try to reject him. And he would basically keep telling her, look, if if you're not willing to, you know, be with me once a week, multiple times a week from an intimacy standpoint, then basically I'm walking away. And this is the main thing in this video I want to leave you with is the power of being able to power of walking away, and the power of the woman realizing, like, wait a minute, if I keep messing up, he's going to leave. He's going to walk away. I'm not saying that when you're in a committed relationship and things are going well, you're not telling her, look, I'm going to leave you. No. But at the beginning, it's super, super critical. And I have a story to tell you. It's super critical that she knows, wait a minute, if she's acting up and she's playing these games, I've done many videos on punishing bad behavior. I'm not talking about physical, I'm talking about emotional and using your words. And basically, at the end of the day, going, wait a minute, I will not accept this behavior, this attitude, being rejected from sex or whatever it is within reason, right? I'm not saying, like, guys, I get so many negative comments on my videos, and like, you're missing the point. The point is you need to have your own standards, your own boundaries, to say it that way, and your willingness to basically walk away from that situation. So I'm gonna finish this story about this guy in this conversation, and then I'll tell you an actual story of something that just happened to me. So this guy's talking about his marriage, right? And he's saying, that his father said, if you treat women like shit, they will want to stay with you. They will want to continue to be with you. I don't agree with that. I mean, you can be respectful, and you can have your boundaries and your standards. You don't have to treat anyone like shit. So I don't support that. But I get the context of it, right? And basically, the context of treat a woman like shit and she'll stay with you is that the context is you being willing to walk away, and she knows that she realizes, wait a minute, if I keep messing up, I keep putting these walls up, putting these boundaries, and denying you sex on a regular basis, that you're willing to walk away. That's what that treating like shit really, really means, is the power of walking away. So this guy, this coworker, and he's telling me, he's like, look, it was a rocky first 7 years because I kept telling her, like, listen, I have needs and I want to be intimate with you. This has to change. Like, we need to have alignment there. He was not aware of the five love languages, so I did speak to him about that. So when I'm dating, I look for someone who has physical touch in their top three love languages, because then I know that they're going to be comfortable with affection and touch. So where he is right now, so married 13 years. So I'm asking him, I'm like, how's it going? And he said, I couldn't have asked for a better wife. And she is an absolutely amazing. I'm like, okay, why do you feel like that? He's like, anytime I want to have sex, she doesn't deny me. We have sex. If she's not in the mood and I'm really horny, she gives me a blowjob, no questions asked. And I'm like, damn. Now that is holding masculine frame. That is what you want in a relationship, dating, marriage. You want to have alignment on, look, as a guy, if you have needs, you don't want to be rejected. Being rejected sucks. When I was married, most of that marriage was a sexless marriage. My fault, on me. And I did a video on this, so you can check that out. So moving forward now, when I'm dating, and I'm going to get to my own personal story of what just happened recently, I don't tolerate that stuff. And that's what this guy was basically saying. He's like, look, we have alignment there. I'm paying most of the bills, no questions asked. So for him, he's like, if I want to have intimacy, I don't want to have questions asked, any questions asked. So my story, okay? So I had a date with someone recently, and the this was date number two. So she came over to my place, and I'm going to do a separate video on what you should how you should plan for, and things should consider when somebody comes to your place, and that date. So date number two, which is pretty quick, that she came over, no problem. I had no expectations. I mean, of course, everyone's a little hopeful something will happen, and so midway through the afternoon, and we're watching some a TV series. Midway throughout the afternoon, I go in for the first kiss because I didn't kiss her on the first date. It was just kind of a hug and a kiss goodnight. And sometimes I go in for the full kiss on the first date. Sometimes I don't, just kind of depending. So she comes over to my place, right? And we're lying on the couch together. We're kind of cuddling, and her face is near me. And I'm like, this is the opportunity for me to go in for the kiss. So I go in for the kiss, and she didn't really kiss me. So she was hesitant. I didn't say anything, and I kind of pulled back. So then a little later, I go in for another kiss, and same thing. Now, this time, the second time, which is now later in the evening, it was around 10 o'clock, and she was going to leave soon. And again, I wasn't expecting anything, but I wanted to, of course, get a little closer with her. So the second kiss, she basically kind of blows me off. So I look at her and I said, hey, look, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah. And I said, oh, well, it just seems like you're not into me, and you don't want to kiss. She's like, oh, no, no, no. I feel like if I'm going to kiss, then things will eventually happen. And I said, okay, but no, I completely understand that. And it is getting late. I said, but from my perspective, I see it as, I've never had an issue with having a woman kiss me on the first date or second date. And this is our second time getting together. And it just seems like you're not that into me. And that's okay. If you don't want to see me anymore. So I did that purposely because I want her to feel, oh shit, I'm rejecting him, and he's putting his standards and he's letting me know what his standards are and what his expectations are, right? So then she says, oh, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. And long story short, I walk her outside of the building because she parked, and I end up going with her car. So I said, "Hey, look, I'll meet you downstairs." And then she pulls up, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm going to get out of the car," because she rolls down the window. She gets out of the car and comes around for a full-on kiss with me, which was a little surprising. I liked it. So the point is, the women need to know, wait a minute, I'm not going to tolerate that. And so then that's what you end up doing, and you follow through. And I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments what you think.